Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I spent about 5 hours working on the Crusher. None of the textures are done, none of the lighting's done. There's no, buildings, offices, decoration, or anything in yet. But I want to make sure it functions the way it should. And then I know it's going to function the way it should, then we're going to go in and make it look pretty. So let's jump in a new game. And I'm not going to be able to save this game, but let's jump in a new game. I'm going to, let's come in here. We're going to throw some cash in. We're going to buy some property. We're going to try and get some things and stuff working. And we'll go back in the editor and make it look good. Alright, ignore the map because this was built on the same map base as I built the islands map on. Now, first thing I want to do, I want to throw some cash in here. And I'm going to grab some speed. And then I just want to check, I'm just going to jump out really quick, because I don't like the in-game log. I just want to double check, make sure that what I've done to the factory isn't throwing any blatant Lua errors. I think we're good, but I forgot to buy it. So let's buy. Wrong one. Let's buy the Crusher, and then I'm going to make sure the Crusher's not throwing any Lua errors. So just bear with me a sec, and then we'll come back and we'll get it tested. So come back to the log. So come back to the log. Okay. I guess it usually resets itself when I come back over. I guess we're good. I don't think it's going to be throwing any errors. We'll find out here shortly. Alright, so the other thing we're going to need to buy is we're going to need to buy the ore mine, the rock mine, the nickel mine, the copper mine, and the sandstone mine. And again, ignore the map. This is still the islands map. Alright, so I'm going to get myself a K100. And I don't care about color because we're not saving this save game. And a tipper. So vehicle shop is in and functioning. Has a gas station trigger and a repair trigger. Alright, so to make the mines work the first time on a new save, you're going to have to come over here to Central Station, and it's going to be preloaded with 500,000 liters of wood chips. So I don't have it working yet. So you're going to come here, you're going to pick up your 500,000 liters of wood chips, and you're going to drive over to the mines. We'll get Central Station working eventually. I want to get all the global company functions in first. Then I'll work on in-game silos. I don't know how long I'm going to stream. The house is quiet for now, no one's home, but as soon as everybody gets home, I'm probably going to lose the Wi-Fi. So I thought I'd come in and stream a little bit as long as I can. Again, we're only like day 14 in the build, so there's not much to see. But we'll get there. I'm working on the hardest, longest projects first. Yep, there. I think they just got home, so I don't know how long I'll have the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I hear car doors in the driveway. Just my luck. Hopefully, I can stay on long enough to get this tested. Alright, so we come straight back to where the open pit mining is. And a new save game, to open it up, you're going to have to come in here, drop your wood chips off. Oh, the mailman, that's what he's barking at. Alright. Drop your wood chips off. And this is only to make it work the first time and open it up. Now this should be active, it is. Now it's going to take anywhere from like 6 to 8 in-game hours for this to open. So I'm just going to go to 2000 speed for a minute. And we'll get this to completely open. So you can't get in the mine till you open it. Alright, I'm going to go, if it gets too dark, I'll just roll time to the morning. I don't need this guy down in the mine, so I'm just going to park him here a minute. So down in here, we have a coal mine, an ore mine, a rock mine, a nickel mine, a copper mine, and a sandstone mine. So I'm going to grab my store delivery mod just to make it easier. I'm going to grab a tanker, and I'm going to grab a truck, and then we're going to throw some diesel in here. So let me fill this with diesel. Alright, so each mine works independently of each other, so we just bought all of them. You'll get the coal mine on new farmer mode. Drop in a load of diesel, wait about 5 to 10 minutes, and then 5 boulders will drop. So I'm just going to put diesel in all the tanks. Oh, there's no one home, and dog's being a royal pain in the ass today. He has, I'm in my room with the door closed. He has separation anxiety, I think. Plus the neighborhood cat's outside looking in the window, teasing him. But we'll throw diesel in all of these. I'll need to get boulders for every one of these to spawn, so we can test the crusher. So I'm just going to go down the line, and we'll do this twice. I'm going to take 2 sets of boulders of each type over to the crusher, and then I'll probably forward till it's daylight so we can have some better lighting. So throw some in here. I keep hearing people on the porch, and I know no one's home. Swear I keep hearing footprints. Alright, throw some diesel in this one, and then one more. And I will do this one more time. If I have enough room in the mining truck. So this is sandstone, last one. So we'll drop some diesel in here. I'm going to get, if you want to see how the boulders drop, watch yesterday's stream. Just go back and rewatch yesterday's stream. Alright, we're going to get a big cat truck. And let's flip to this guy. Now we'll turn on. Oh, I didn't. Oh, it's still running. Okay, so we didn't, our first boulders haven't dropped yet. So we should have 5 coal boulders drop here in a minute. And then it'll shut itself off. The 5 coal boulders will get you 100,000 liters of rock that has to be crushed. So I'm just going to go up to 5 speed for a minute until these drop, just to hurry things along. Alright, go up to, there we go. I'm going to go back down to 1 speed a minute. Now, it should tell you that you have, so see your trigger's full. So everyone should tell you that your trigger's full once they drop. And the only way to get more to drop is you have to clear the triggers and put more diesel in. Then you'll get your boulders to spawn. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick all of these up and probably drop one more set. We'll see how many. So we have, I think, 6 mines. Now they won't all fit in the truck. I'll just get Papa Smurf to see if he can add 5 more boulders to the truck. See if we can get 60 in here instead of 55. Either that or we'll just take 1 set of boulders over to the crusher. That's 100,000 liters each, so that gives us enough to test with. Yeah, because we're going to have, we'll be 5 slots short if I drop another set. So I'll definitely see if we can get Papa Smurf to up this to 60 boulders before this map's released. This way you could take a double load of all of them over to the crusher. So let's head over to the crusher and we'll get that running. Before I get that running though, I think I'm going to forward time to the morning just so it's daylight. But we'll drive over there first. Yeah, it probably took me about 4 hours this morning to get all the XML work done on the crusher. So come out of the mine. Traffic with this big thing is going to be a challenge. But let's head over to the crusher. It's not too far away. I wasn't real mean. Again, ignore the textures and the grass and the foliage and all that, because I haven't gotten to any of that yet. I'm just working on getting the major global company functions working first. I want to see if you can bump this thing up maybe by about 5 or 10 miles an hour. Not too much faster, but maybe about get it up to like 55. I think the dog finally settled down. To my left is going to be a railroad silo. There's 3 trains. There's one that runs the southern end of the loop. There's a northern loop, and then there's one train that runs the perimeter of the map. And you'll be able to transfer from train to train. So 2 of the most time-consuming things are done, almost. The open pit mine is completely done. The next most time-consuming thing was this crusher, and if it's functioning, then we're just going to have to do landscaping and decorations and lighting. Take a couple hours to get it finished. And then after it's finished, the next most time-consuming thing is fishing. So we'll have to get the bait house up and running. Well, it's not even in the map yet, so we'll have to work on the bait house, the fishing boat, the fish ponds, and fish processing. So that's going to be about a 3 or 4 day project to get fishing done, and that's probably what's going to be next on the list. Alright, I'm just going to stop here a second because I don't have I don't have the crossing signals in yet, and I have no idea which direction this train runs, but I want to go. Let me just get it till it's daylight so y'all can see. And of course we're going to come into a cloudy day. If it's still too dark, I'll just roll around to another day. See how it looks on the screen. Alright, let's get across these tracks before the train comes in. Yeah, let me just try and get some sunshine. Let's brighten this up a little bit. Alright, that should be alright. Alright, so we come down in. So you have to come down into this lower level, the mid-level. I still have to work on this mountain a little bit. So I'm going to push this mountain back a little bit so there's more room for this truck to come in. So that's still on the to-do list yet for this. So come over here. We'll drop all of our boulders in the crusher. And then it's going to tell us that we still need, so your coal, your ore, your copper, your nickel, your sand, your gravel and your silt are all individual. So they're all independent of each other. You could turn them on, turn them off. So if you only want sand, you can disable everything and just turn on sand. So it's telling us that we still need water and diesel. So I'm just going to grab another store delivery mod because we're not saving this save anyway. So let's grab another truck and tanker. And tanker. And we'll throw some water and diesel in here. Again, I don't have any of the lights done, none of the particle effects are done. I want to get something in for the gold. So this is just to see if it's actually going to work or not. So let's grab some diesel. So it's probably going to take me the rest of the day just to get this the way I want it. We probably won't even get to fishing today. But we'll drop our diesel. And I'm going to empty that out. I'm going to grab some water. I'll throw some water in. Ooh, I got to move my sound node. It's in the wrong spot. Let's throw our water in. And we walk back over to the global company window. Every mine should now go active. And they're all active. So we're going to be making crushed coal, crushed ore, copper, nickel, sand, gravel, silt. And then it's also going to give us gold and clean fill. We're missing stone. Alright, I'm going to have to add some stone. We have gravel. We're going to need stone for the stone crusher. Alright, so so we're going to have to add stone. Alright, that's a simple fix. We'll add another production line. And we'll get stone in here. Let's make sure we're getting all of our crushed products. So let's forward time a little bit. Alright, so here is our ore. So that's working. Our coal is working. So on the upper level, I completely forgot about stone. We'll see if we can squeeze another production line in. So on top we have our nickel, so that's working. And our copper, so that's working. And then down on the you can't get it from here, you got to go down and around. But on the lowest level, we should have, so let's just jump down the mountain. So the lowest level, we should have silt, which we do. We should have sand. So we have our sand, and we should have gravel. So we have our gravel. So now we just need stone. We're missing stone. Alright, let's do this then. We are going to, how do I want to do this? We're going to have to retest this anyway, so let's just quit. And we're going to have to scrap it because when I add to this factory, I'm not going to be able to save the save. So we're going to have to retest that again. But that's going to get us almost all of our products. Now, I think I'm going to add stone. Do I want to add stone on this level? Now, let's throw stone on the bottom next to gravel. So we'll expand this around a little bit. So your gravel, we're missing stone. Yeah, that works. So let's, or do I want stone up top? Do I want to do a stone up top, or do I want to do stone on the bottom? No, I don't want to mess with the top. I like how that's set up. Let's throw stone on the bottom. So let's grab, I'm going to grab this guy. So let's get him over here and back a little bit. Something like, yeah, something like this. And then we'll grab one of these, we'll tie these guys in together. Make this guy a little bit, definitely make him shorter. So we'll tie this guy in. Like so. Now I've got to come out here. There's a couple things we've got to do. I got to create a stone mine. So I'm going to come back to here. New buildings. I'm going to take my coal mine. And we're going to go File, Export Selection with Files, right back into New Buildings. And we'll go Stone Mine. And we'll close that. And we got to go to Fill Planes. I'm going to grab my stone texture. This guy. So we're going to copy him. Go back to New Buildings. Throw it in Textures. And then we'll come back here to our stone mine. And we'll change the coal texture to stone. So now when we open up the stone mine, it's going to look like stone. And I don't have to mess with the texture in the map. Fix my texture out here. So let's just make sure you are stone. You are. So now we go. Let me come up here. Let's close what I don't need open. So let's go File, Import, Stone Mine. We'll go Edit, Cut, Crazy Crusher, Edit, Paste. We'll rename it Stone Mine. And then we'll get it down here. And functioning, we'll have to fix some textures and fill planes. And so we just make this guy a little bit longer. Let's tie him in. Alright, that'll work. So, yeah, I got a lot of work to do with on texture, so you can ignore this mess down here for now. So I just want to drop some stone texture in where our stone is going to work. So let me come down here, let me find if I have it. If not, I'll just use gravel, but I should have stone. We do. So for now, let's just drop in some stone texture. Alright. Now, let's go back to our 110. Do I have an output of stone? We do, but I'm not using it. We're going to have to change it. Let me see something. Let me go all the way back up to the top. We're definitely gonna add stone a different way. I just want to make sure. I just want to see where all I have it in this XML. So we have our sandstone. We have our stone as an output, but we're not making any. All right, that's easy. All right, so we're going to take our stone and we're going to take our ore, we're going to replace our stone. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. And then we're going to take these and we're going to change these to stone. And then our fill type has to get changed to stone. And then this last one is also stone. So that's only part of it. Now, our heaps numbers have to be, they can't be the same. I can't repeat any of these. So our last number is 56, so we're going to start with 57. So you are 57. So I just got to change all of these now. So I can't have any repetitive numbers. So 57. So this row's 58. And then 59. And then 60. And then we'll have to, unfortunately, we'll have to test it again. So I'll make sure it's completely functioning before I do all the deco and foliage. 61, 61, and then 62. And then 63. And then 64. Alright, so that's our output. We're not going to have any new inputs because we're going to use rock. So that's our output with no new inputs. We do need a new production line. So we are going to have to add production line 8. So we're going to add production line 8, and production line 8 is going to be stone. So there's no new inputs because we're going to use rock. We have our new production line to make stone, and we already have stone as an output. So that should be our 110 fixed. I'm going to come down here. We're going to use, did I not take rock out of there? We don't want to use rock for silt. I just want to use water and diesel. So let me delete rock there. That'll save us a little bit of rock. We're going to take this rock, though we're going to drop it to 40 because we're going to use the same rock to make our stone with. So I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to come under this one. It's going to be production line 8. We're going to input our rock, but instead of gravel, we're going to be stone. So our rock is going to make gravel and stone. And we'll still get some gold and we'll still get some clean fill. So now I have to tie all of my spawners in. So we're going to come down here where we left off, copy these. I'm going to paste them back in. So we started with 57. And now we come down in this next 4, 58. Because we can't have any duplicate numbers, and then 59. And then 60. And then 61. And then we should have 62. And 63. 63. And then our last one should be 64. And before I change my last set of numbers, I just want to make sure it's 57 to 64 and I didn't mess anything up. Let's come back up to the top to where our stone is, and it's 57 to 64, so I didn't mess any of that up. So let's come back down to the bottom. There's one more set of numbers I have to change. So our stone should now be number 14, and it is. So we're going to change all of these 13s to 14. So now we should have stone working. So let's save this again, just to be sure, because I don't know if I saved it or not. So let's save this again. And this should be the last product to test. And then don't have to worry about testing this anymore. We just have to get the particle effects working, get the textures in, get the landscaping in, fencing, buildings, all that happy stuff. Alright, so let's minimize that. I'm going to take a quick peek at something. Alright. So now let's come back in game. And yeah, let me delete this save because it's useless. So let's start a new save. And let's test the crusher. But in order for me to test the crusher, we got to get the mine back up and running. Again, I'm not going to save the save, so we're just going to throw some cash in here. I'm going to grab some speed. Map is useless, but we do have to buy. We have to buy the crusher. We have to buy all of the mines. Alright, now I'm going to buy myself a K100 and a slide-on tipper. I think I passed it. Did I pass it? No. Alright, so head to the vehicle shop. Let's grab our tipper. Now when you start the game for the first time, in order to open the mines, you're going to have to drive over here to Central Station. You have to pick up 500,000 liters of wood chips. And you have to deliver them to the mine to open it. You only have to do this the first time. I don't have this working yet, so I just want to grab some wood chips. So this will be preloaded with 500,000 liters of wood chips. I'm just making it work to open the mine. So right now we're on Central Mountain. We're going to drive across the valley to Outer Mountain. Ignore pretty much most of what you see except for the bridges. I'm going to lower these mountains. There's a lot of work to do yet. I'm going to lower the mountain. None of the textures down in the valley are done. Field 1 hasn't been moved yet. It's still part in the land and part in the canal. But you'll cross the valley. There'll be 4 bridges, one going north, south, east, and west to cross the valley to the outer mountain range. Not going to make you build the bridges because I want the traffic running on the bridges. And I'm going to, takes about, we'll dump this in there. It takes about 6 to 8 hours of in-game time for the mines to open so you can use them. Why do my fence posts look all funky all of a sudden? Or my telephone poles, I think the texture changed. I'll have to go back and look at my texture for the telephone poles. Something doesn't look quite right. But anyway, so dump in your wood chips here. And then there'll be a pop-up box here, you can go to it, that's telling you it's active. This will all disappear once the mine opens. So I'm going to go 2,000 speed till the mine completely opens. And at this point, I'm just going to let it roll till we get to the next day, get rid of this rain, get some sunshine. So it's a little bit lighter so y'all can see. If it's cloudy and foggy, I'll just keep rolling until we get some better lighting. Alright, that's not too bad. Alright, so I'm just going to park this truck out of the way. I don't need it for now. So let me grab my store delivery mod so we don't have to drive back over from the shop. I don't want to spend a lot of time testing. I want to spend most of my time building. And then let's grab a tanker. And then let's fill this with diesel. There are 6 mines. Just throw some diesel in here. There are 6 mines. They all work independently of each other. On new farmer mode, you'll start with the coal mine. You'll have to buy the rest of the mines. Slow down so I don't roll this thing. So what you'll do is you'll drop 1 load of diesel in the tank. It'll activate the mining machine, and then in like 10 in-game minutes it'll drop you 5 coal boulders. Then you have to take the coal boulders to the crusher. So the same thing here. This one will drop ore boulders. So let's just get all of them. So I'm going to need a load of each of the boulders to test the crusher. So we'll drop some ore boulders. We'll drop, these are rocks, these are just rocks, but I call it rock boulder, but it's rock. So we'll drop our rock, and then we'll move down. This one looks like nickel, so we'll drop our nickel boulders. And then we'll move down. We'll drop our copper boulders. And then the last one we'll drop is sandstone. And sandstone is a boulder as well, and it gets crushed down into sand. So let's get this one working so we can drop those. Alright, while we're waiting for those to drop, I'm going to grab our big mining truck. We're going to have to haul these from the mine to the crusher. So let's take this guy. If I don't whack my little truck. Let's take this guy down into the mine. And we'll wait for our boulders to spawn. Looks like our boulders are spawning. So let's pick up our coal boulders. Turn on auto load. Let's pick up our coal. And if you want to spawn 5 more boulders, you just drop another load of diesel in the tank. But these 5 boulders are 100,000 liters total. So we're still waiting for the ore, so we'll just wait for those to drop. I'll grab a sip of coffee. You want to stay out of the trigger until they drop. But we'll drop. So I'm just going to go up. Let me go up to like 15 speed for a couple minutes. Just till these drop. Go back down to 1 speed. So first boulders we picked up our coal. Now we're going to pick up our ore boulders. And we can move down and pick up our rock. And then we can move over and pick up our nickel boulders. And then we'll come over and pick up our copper boulders. And then we'll pick up our sandstone. Alright, let's head over to the crusher. Hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend. Saturday, my time, about 11, almost 11:15. This will go up to YouTube. After I gotta wait 24 hours after I stream, and then I upload it to YouTube. So if you missed anything, there's a couple months worth of videos on YouTube. So we'll come out of the open mining. We'll drive over to the crusher. Yeah, this thing is a beast on the road. You take this thing out on the road, you're going to have to turn traffic off. The crusher's not too far. I know this thing doesn't drive too fast, so I wasn't really mean. I didn't put it like on the opposite side of the map. but you're going to have to do a little bit of a drive to get to the crusher. Again, if you're just joining in, first I get it functioning, then we make it look pretty. So it's not going to look pretty, it's just functioning right now. If I didn't mess anything up and we're throwing Lua errors. So I'm going to check for errors before I dump these boulders in, because we can fix it and still save the save game. So we don't have to respawn our boulders. So I will check something before we dump these in. But yeah, I can't. This is going to be an awesome map to play. I can't wait to get it finished. Because everything's going to be, after the basics are in, like mining and fishing, slaughterhouse, poultry house, seaweed pond, and boathouse. Everything else is going to be place your own. So place your own mill, place your own textile mill, place your own glue factory, drywall factory. You're going to put in your own greenhouses and orchards. So you customize the map to how you want to play. I feel a sneeze coming on. Alright, I'm just going to cross tracks. Hope I don't get hit by the train. I don't have the crossing signals in yet. Alright, a couple things I want to do first. Let me jump out of here really quick. Let's do a quick save. And while this is saving, or after it's done saving, I just want to jump out here really quick. I want to make sure we have no other blatant Lua errors in the log with this factory. And I don't, so we're good. I just got to fix one HUD. So this should work as intended, and then we can make it look pretty. Definitely got to work on this road coming down, and I got to widen this mountain out a little bit. Get rid of these sharp angles. But we'll come down here. We will add all of our boulders into the crusher. And I didn't want to drive in there, but we'll get all of our boulders in the crusher. Oh, really? I've never had a problem with them not going in before. Let me see if I can re-auto load them. No, they're not going to re-auto load. Are they going to re-auto load? Can I suck them up? Yeah, they are going to re-auto load. Let me come back over here. That was probably too close. Let's try that again. There we go. Drop our boulders in. Now it's going to tell you each line works independently of each other. So coal ore, copper, nickel, sand, gravel, silt, and stone all work independently of each other, but they all need diesel and water. So I'm going to grab store delivery mod, because we're going to scrap this save anyway. We're going to grab another tanker and truck. And tanker. So let's grab this guy. We'll throw some diesel and water in here. And we'll make sure all of our product crushes out like it's supposed to. Alright, so let me grab, we're on the diesel side first. Let me grab some diesel. So we'll drop some diesel in here. And again, I don't have the particle systems or anything working yet. So I wanted to make sure the crushers were actually going to work. And then let's empty that. Let's grab some water. And then once we put the water in, it should fire up all the crushers. And my sound nodes are messed up, so I gotta fix the sound nodes. Alright, we got our water going in. RD04 Dave subscribed tier 1 for 4 months. Oh my goodness, thank you very much. I'm not in game capture, so I don't have all my sound effects and walk-ons and all that happy jazz on the screen, but thank you very much. Alright, so now we should have, these should be active, so we should be making all of our crushed products now. So what I'm going to do, let's just come over here a minute. I'm just going to forward time for a couple minutes till we get some piles on the ground. So we have our coal being crushed. We have our ore being crushed. And then on the top of the hill, yeah, I got a lot of work to do on this road coming down. So on the top of the hill, we have our nickel being crushed. We have our copper being crushed. You can't get it from here. You got to go down the other road. But down on the lower level, we have our, what do we have? We have our silt. We have our sand. We have our gravel. And we have our stone. Nice. Alright. So now let's make sure all these triggers are going to reset. So let's grab our Freezy. Let's grab a tractor. Let's grab this guy. And let's grab a tractor, this guy. Oh, I don't want twin wheels. So standard wheel weights, bigger engine. And then let's hook this puppy up and make sure that we can pick up all of our crushed product and our spawners reset. So let me grab our... Alright. So let's head over to the coal first. And again, we still have all the decorations and lighting and particle effects and all that happy jazz to do. But let's get this unfolded. Let's get our pipe out. Let's get it lowered, turned on. And let's make sure we can pick up all of this and our triggers reset. And then we'll come in and make this look pretty. Yeah, they're already resetting. So as long as you pick it up pretty slow, your triggers have no issues resetting. Because as we're pulling this off, they're already resetting. So we'll pick up our coal. You don't have to use this bunker cleaner. You can go old school front loader. Alright, turn this off a minute. Let me get out of the trigger so it can reset. And then I'm going to just empty this. Oh, come on. I'm going to Oh, I'm on the front. Hold on, let me go to the back. Let me empty this so we don't have any coal in it. And then I'm going to test, we're going to test them all just to make sure our triggers reset. So let's suck up our ore. I'm going to put a poll on Facebook at some point this weekend and see if anybody's actively playing the Islands mine, or the Islands map, because I am seriously considering not doing any future updates on it. But we'll see. If people are playing it, then we'll keep updating it. If no one's playing it, I'm not going to update it. Alright, so let's turn this guy off. These triggers are already resetting because I see more ore spawning already. So let me just switch to the back. Let's get this guy empty. Let's head up top. We'll get them all emptied and then we'll check and see if all of them are going to reset. So let's grab our nickel and our copper. Let me come in at this angle. Alright, yep, we got our nickel. So it's going to pick up without any problems. Alright, we'll turn this off. Look, see the spawners are already reset. So the spawners are, as long as you suck it off slowly, the spawners will all reset. So that's a good sign. Again, let me get this emptied. And then we'll pick up our copper.